Holy shit. Okay. Are we going to hit the 100-person cap here? No, because our community has long since shriveled into a saggy pile of potatoes. We got more CCs in here than actual community members. Maybe it hasn't. They haven't thought it started yet. Hey, Roger, the message you just sent me, you mean the interior? He might have this muted. All right, so Mark's going to kill me because this isn't the actual PvP battle board. This was just something I was playing with on the weekend for, like, potentially helping this main screen art.
I noticed.
But, yeah, I know. And I could also sense you sitting there going, God damn it. Son of a bitch. But the idea behind this little mini CC stream is we're approaching the PvP release, and one of the big things that we have to overhaul before that goes live is some of the UI and artwork. You know, like the artwork used in the previous releases was fine for those, but like now we're approaching a release which anyone can download and play, so we got to be a little bit more strict on the home screen art and stuff like that. We can't just use random, non-art directed work that we've like leaked or something like that for actual UI purposes. So Dmitriy and I are going to start the process on figuring out what we want to do for that home screen art. And then when we figure that out, and you guys have given us some feedback as well on the type of characters you might like, we will set up a proper YouTube video when we're a little bit further down the road and we've got some stuff that is a little bit more easy to work with and discuss live. I'll have Andrew host a show where he's jumping back and forth between our streams and answering some of the community questions, because one of the things I said on all of these showcases was that we designed all the assets to be used not just in game, and we'll show you why that's the case, like how we take something from Unreal and bring it into V-Ray and render it offline, which was the whole purpose of this workflow. And it's also why the game has taken longer to develop, because we've tried to front load a lot of that work and make assets work, not just from an auto battler perspective, but from any perspective.
Sounds good.
Dmitriy. So where we're at now is ground zero. Haven't started on the artwork at all, except to mock up some kind of block. Can you get your stream up, Dmitriy, and maybe share that? Actually, 1 second. Let me see if I can. I'll copy a link. So in the CC streaming chat, I suggest everyone get the chat up. Oh, actually, people are in there now. Cool. Why is Grant's sound quality so good? That's reassuring. Can you guys see this artwork that I've just shared?
Yes.
Cool. So this is just a mock-up. Obviously, we've just taken the NFT art and tried to bash it together. Florian wanted the new home screen art to be tailored to the UI, and like this mock-up doesn't exactly do that, because we've just slapped on a couple of alluvials over the top of that old Arlen work. But we're going to recreate that background image with some new characters that in this release that weren't in the previous. I think that's a good idea, considering anyone who's been following along has probably gotten tired of the characters in Survival already, while swapping out Arlen with the Ranger character and maybe potentially using a different weapon. But I like the sword. But the idea we had on the call was to try and stick to a fire affinity. Now, one of the big things in this game is the deck builder. And you'll notice that like, once we launch PvP, until we implement a rank system where playing the exact deck over and over affects you negatively, one of the best things you can do in this release is just build like affinity based decks. And it's been like we've mostly like, because Arlen was a water based character, you know, she had Atlas, and then in the trailer evolved into Axodon, and at the end of that last battle where she was fighting another ranger in the cinematic, her team, if you notice and you looked closely, was mostly water affinity, and that was like designed to beat his fire affinity. So in this one, we wanted to showcase some fire alluvials, but this isn't locked off. This is just a mock-up. So maybe in the CC streaming chat, if anyone has any like favorite alluvials that are fire-based or composite fire-based to throw in there, we can get started potentially seeing what that would look like. Inferno smoldering out. Of course, Seaton instantly drops a suggestion, which is impossible. Literally requesting a reskinned water character, you dickhead. Actually, Seaton, it had to be.
I was thinking maybe Doka, that would be cool to add instead of Thylacine.
It'd be. I think it'd be super good to. Yeah, maybe like the koala is just so iconic. But the Doka is so cool too.
Yo, did you guys just see what Seaton said?
Nothing is impossible if you push the road back. Hey, by the way, Seaton, I will say I saw your feedback. I know this is like internal stuff with council and stuff like that. I saw your feedback with all the marketing stuff, and a lot of it makes sense. So, like, don't worry, we are like not against a lot of that feedback. But ultimately, let's try and not push the roadmap back 3 months. Okay, so I was thinking maybe instead of Scoriox, that could be the Emberlinks, and we swap Emberlinks with the Fire Doka.
Emberlinks is kind of cool, like in the front. So I was thinking to ask Alex to pose it in a way like he's in a jumping pose, you know, like almost chasing you. Not chasing you, you know, but like, you know, like
what the Lynx is?
Jump, yeah, the Lynx.
No, sorry, like what the Thylacine is doing. Almost,
yeah, almost.
Like in that
like front pose
position.
already in the air, you know, jumping at you, or
yeah.
And that's why I think it's cool to keep it in the front line.
And the idea will be like in the final render too, just so you guys are aware, the background image, obviously that's Sancta Mesa shot. It's not going to be the lightning. One of the things when you're building out images like this, like hero promo images, is you want to make sure all the colors are specifically tailored to get the most impact possible and the most depth in the scene possible. So, you know, a blue night background would look best with the fire characters, but obviously in this scene we're like in the middle of the day, so we've got to alter the lighting of the background, and in Unreal to just magically swap it to lightning and stuff like that is quite difficult, whereas in V-Ray we've already got scenes from the trailer where we rendered some of these sequences out from. So, you know, it's a lot of work to do an image like this. For Dmitriy and I, if we both specifically focused on this, we'd be on this for, you know, at least a week. We're going to do it quickly and probably request Dan to do like a polish up pass in 2D just to do anything that we couldn't do in 3D, because like, say for example, Dmitriy and I were hired by a gaming company to do a promo image for their game art cover, we would quote a month. We would spend a month on something like this, but in the Illuvium universe, we've got to do it as quickly and efficiently as possible. So we're going to try and blast this out. Yeah, remember back in the day. Yeah, remember back in the day when we would have a month to work on a single print image?
Oh, well.
Far out. So let me change my screen. So Dmitri's exported from Unreal tree from this scene. So now you see in 3ds Max, we have the exact same battle board, except we're not in Unreal Engine now. I don't know if Discord is going to stream this properly, but let's... See, in Google Meets, when I stream 3ds Max, it streams like all of the V-Ray frame buffers and stuff like that as well. I'm not sure it's going to do that in Discord, which is annoying.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't? Fuck. Okay, but inside of Max. Okay. First thing to do is just go in and bring a light into the scene. I'll just make it a targeted disc light. And we're just going to try and explore some basic cameras and just get a starting point. Obviously, we're kind of restricted in, you want to make this artwork look like a heroic version of what the player is seeing in game. So we can't just have it in a totally different area of the map. It's got to represent roughly what's happening in the battleboard map. So let me change the radius of the light. Next up, we drag a camera in. Do we need to use a V-Ray physical camera anymore?
No.
Yeah.
Just using standard one.
Just a standard physical camera, yeah? Okay. Are you able to export me a low poly baked out shot of the koala just so we can get some rough camera stuff happening? So the way we approach this is very, very similar to photography. Like step one is just finding the right camera angle and composition for the scene. And because you're seeing us literally start from scratch, we don't even have characters.
Yeah, one sec. We're just sharing the screen as well now.
It's a shame video chat isn't available for more than 25 users. Okay, nothing is wildfire, whirlwind, can't remember who does that. Ophisto, of course. Ramfire, since it's pretty much the first one that people associate with fire. The only issue with using Ramfire is I think we're all a little bit tired of it, to be totally honest. Like he was the first, but the idea behind this image, and it's not to shit on your idea, like obviously he's the coolest character, I feel like he has the most intense impact, but the idea was to give players a look at some characters they haven't seen before. And we've done a lot of promo stuff for Ramfire. But maybe we can throw him in. You can see, like, you don't have to just watch my stream too, by the way. You can swap to Dmitry. He's loading up some of the NFT artwork for the koalas. The Red Panda's not ready yet for NFT yet, Dmitry. They haven't. I mean, we could technically do any of them if we got we got Yannick, Marie, or Antonio's. Red Panda could be super cool. So I'm just going to wait for Dmitry to give me a model to bring into this scene, and then we can start setting up a camera. I should. I mean, it's looking. It's kind of cool, right? Because this entire time we've been playtesting PvP has been on this dark black background that makes the game look like a pre-alpha, you know, zero environment. And now we're going through the process of polishing up and getting the PvP arena finalized. It's so like this is the actual Sancta Mesa map, so things aren't optimized. You can see like when we zoom around, everything is there in high detail. You know, Emil has been working on the ship crash area. Like before, that didn't really look like the ship had crashed into all this rock, whereas now I think he's done a great job of doing that, which is really cool. But we're nearly there, and the reason why Dmitriy and I are so hyped and like we're wanting to do this, like we don't have to do new promo art for the home screen, but I just feel like it's that kind of like, you know, cherry on the top of what's going to be a really fun and popular release. Like, you know, PvP is by no means a final product or anything like that, but internally the team's been having a lot of fun playing it and just watching the speed at which it's improved after we got things stabilizing has been the biggest thing. You know, it's kind of hard to, unless you know what game dev is like, to kind of explain why there are delays in a game launching. But when you can't test the game, it just slows down every other department. And now that we've been able to play test the game, we can jump on calls with each other and focus on things in the game that need to be improved, as opposed to just imagining what a potential fix would be like, you know. It's looking really cool. I spoke to, are you still here, Mark?
Sadly.
I mean, so Mark, like I've been trying to, like I was asking the question, like, what's going to make this area feel a little bit more alien? Because we've got all these cool plant assets that we're not really utilizing, and I was just like chucking in a couple of weird alien plants into the region just to see if we could make it look a little bit more alien. So like when random players are watching, they don't like they think it's an alien planet, or like it's a little bit more obvious that it's an alien planet, as opposed to just rocks and greenery, which you could. Drop bear stage 3. Drop bear stage 3 height and leaves. That's the height map, yeah?
Yeah, display.
Okay. And the ranger.
Yeah, the ranger. Mark should be able to help us to find it.
Luckily, Mark's not tuning his guitar.
Happy tennis, if it's useful. What do you think?
Just be the characters. Male or female?
I personally feel like we do the male because there's been a lot of Harlan-y centric stuff. You know, let's do the male ranger. I mean, we could put it to a vote. Like, okay, let's in CC streaming. I will just thumbs up male or female. Is that, yeah? Put a thumbs up for which one you want. Here we go. The vote begins. There's a lot of sexist people in here. Let me just check that TSG has ticked female as he identifies as one.
Actually, non-binary. I put it down as non-binary.
Male equals sexist, female equals equality. I remember when we were first doing Arlen, and I was like speaking to Roger, who was like helping concept, and Alex, my mate, who was modeling. And I was like, how do we make the most quintessential e-girl, e-gamer as our hero character ever? Just the most over-the-top, mainstream, traditionally, centered hero character ever. And I think we did a pretty damn good job of achieving that.
Just gave her a massive bunda. That's what you guys did.
Yep. No regrets. No regrets. Feature emphasis. All right, it's a close battle. Like, how many people do we have watching the stream? I think that's pretty much it, yeah? So, the male character. The question is, bro. No, we don't have those Unreal scenes from the cinematic anymore. Yeah, that was Unreal 4. We would have to go back to pre plastic days.
The box of Pandora, man.
The box of Pandora. Okay. What the hell? Now, the other question is, we've got to make this work widescreen, bro. So let me go into Photoshop. Do you know, ideally we would have Florian here as well. Hopefully. Okay. We can't stream everything just because we're on ultra wides, and trying to stream like our entire screen, is very, very sketchy in my history of like streaming videos and stuff. You alt tab to the wrong thing. It's just game over. Game over. 3840 times 2. Okay, so we do have a proper 38. 7680 by 1440 will be the resolution. 7680.
Yeah.
Sorry, 7680
Like
by
2160.
2160. Yeah. Okay. Now let's save that. The whole idea and logic behind this image was that the background art that Florian was using wasn't tailored to the UI. And if you take a look back to the mock-up, you'll see you've got the login screen, and you've got to make artwork that avoids that area so that it doesn't conflict with the background art. For example, you don't want trees intersecting like where the Illuvium logo is, because the way the human brain works is that you try and synchronize where lines are flowing and where outlines are. And if you need the player to focus on certain things, you can't have other things that are more detailed around that space because it just conflicts. So you've got to avoid having stuff and just maybe simplify it to where it's just like the background sky where the login box is. And if Florian's just going and stealing some random piece of artwork that we've created, it won't necessarily fit that exact layout. Okay. Use a file. So I'm going to load the full res background. You can see now that's in the... was 7680 by 2160. That's so crazy. $76.80, $21.60. There we go. And now I can start, see, like moving the camera with that background image there, and just start playing with like the focal length. Right now the focal length is 40. The lower you go on this focal length, the more phone-like the shot becomes, the less zoomed in it becomes. So for example, if I go to like 120mm lens, that's like a sports lens, you know, like someone like shooting football from the edge of the field. The only way to get the character or the player full screen is to have a zoom lens. But 120 is way too far. Like the other thing is too, you get more perspective with a lower focal length, and for high impact cinematic style cover art, tend to get better results going lower on the focal length, because you can just fit more in a smaller space. You can get way more up close. So you can see by going to 25mm, I can get the camera really low, and I can start like rotating the camera around so that we avoid having stuff where that login screen is. No matter what we do, and before I go in and start shifting assets around, we just want to try and get the base to not interact with this login screen. Ideally, it would be more like that, if you get me. But the cool thing about doing this type of work is that you can fudge it. If the camera is intersecting the ground in the real world, you can't solve that, right? Like if you want to get a shot of a footballer shooting a goal from the like craziest angle, you'll go all the way to the ground. In 3D, you can go through the ground because you can literally move the ground wherever you want. So if I hide the ground underneath the character, now you can see it's floating. But now that gives me the ability to go like at extreme angles, which I wouldn't be able to get before. So rotating. Are you watching the stream, Dmitry?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, no way. The idea also isn't that these characters are looking at the camera, they're looking forward like the battle's about to start. So more like that. And we can like scale the characters as well, separate to the environment. What's the go with scaling? Is that going to mess us up? Like they just it's just a still, right? So
No, yeah,
is
we
that
can
going to have
reset
any
X forms.
Is that
Okay?
with the ABCs, like bringing the ABCs in, is that going to cause any issues?
I mean, like we're gonna reset X form as we do that to get the correct displacement working again. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's not gonna work.
See, like I've just changed the focal length from 25 to 35, and I feel like we lose that kind of like high impact composition that we got here. I don't know. My gut, like after you do this stuff for so long, you kind of get an intuition for like what type of focal length is going to work best. Same thing with a photographer. Like a photographer doesn't always have time to, in the moment, like pre-plan exactly how they're going to shoot something. So they just kind of go on intuition.
What you've got at the moment?
25. And this background image is just a mock-up, so maybe like the arm of the this tree. I'm gonna move it for sure. All of this stuff. Try and free this area up. And you can see, let me just preview render this, because you're just seeing, let me save first. One thing you should know is if you're ever watching someone in 3D live stream, tell them to save the file. Please. Dude, because I'm on a VPN, I can't access the storage. No.
Ah, that's bad.
The NAS. Oh. We'll do it through Andrew next time. Should be fine. So I'm going to have to swap this to the frame buffer. V-Ray frame buffer. Oh, what? You're in Unreal.
Yeah, just playing around.
What you doing?
Same thing as you doing, but in Unreal.
Okay. No way. Well, I'm trying to render, but I think my Max has crashed.
No.
Well, I mean, I saved, so... Oh. How big was the environment? Okay. Yeah,
It's
okay.
only like 5 mil.
Holy shit. Okay, well, it's rendering. So you guys can see that. Yeah, it's probably really crappy quality, but lock the camera in the frame buffer, so no matter what viewport I go to, it doesn't change. And then we can just start setting up some very basic lighting. Whenever you light a scene like this, the most important light is the key light. In any art composition or trying to make something the focus of a scene, the first thing you have to focus on is where the main light source is coming from. Like, what do you want to illuminate in the scene? And in this case, we want to make sure that the characters themselves are illuminated and the background is less illuminated.
Mhm.
And it can be like, it's easy to say that, but every scene's different. Every scene's going to have a different layout that you have to like mess around with. So like you basically just got to play with it until the light is hitting in a way which is quite good. Now, intuitively, it would make sense to get some kind of rim light on the front side of the character because the background then is all in shadow, like you can see here. Now, this is not a physical light. This light is coming from a point like 20 meters away from the characters, where if it was the actual game, you would have a sun or a moon or something. So I'm just going to move the light really, really far away and then increase the intensity. And just play with it until... And you can see, like, straight away, like, the intuitive positioning for the light is better than, like, other ways. Because you just once you do this stuff for ages, you kind of just get a feel for what's going to work. Now, this doesn't mean it's exactly right. But, for example, if I lower the camera down too much, we don't get really nice framing on the character. I have to drop the intensity of the light a little bit here. Okay, like it's not the same as if you go a little bit higher, where you're getting a little bit more of that light kind of catching certain details. Now, the other thing is in any fundamental lighting scenario, you have a key light and then you have a fill light that complements that main light. Anytime you light something directly and harshly, it's going to make the areas that are unlit go into shadow, and you're going to lose detail in those areas. So you want to kind of bring those out a little bit. In this scenario, we're creating a fire-based scene. We want to try and get some kind of sunset feel. Now, like at this stage, look, any of this can change. You've just got to approach it from a like, what do you really want to go for? How do you want the image to look? Kind of a feel, but you've also got the ability to play with it. I don't know, like I don't know what you're thinking, Dmitry. We can go
look,
two
like,
ways with
in
it.
this case, yeah, I'd say we're gonna like if we go with the first trailer lighting, where it's been almost like a nighttime, because it's all fire characters, they're gonna all
Yep.
illuminate itself. So we can
And they're
put
going to
like
look really nice.
yeah, we can put an extra lights here and there, just kind of to fake this light coming from the actual Illuviums. But I reckon.
And this
just
is
having
where, this is what I mean by like I'll have a secondary light here that fakes that kind of illumination from the fire effect you're getting on the characters.
Yep.
So like I put another fill light in here that's like kind of orange, like so. Now this light should be not very strong directionally. You know, it should just be an ambient kind of light source. So
No, like with the if we're gonna keep the Scorex in the background, like
yeah,
it's fireball in the like having the fireball coming from its mouth halfway through the battle board. This is gonna like can have an extra light in the scene.
the other thing is there's basic color theory. If you go to like, if you Google Adobe Color, you'll find a website which gives you color wheels for all the mathematically compositionally correct color kind of palettes that you can use. For example, like blue complements red. And so like you have the main light in blue, you know, which we get from that kind of stormy night look. Let me drop off the intensity of the fill. And once again, I've removed the floor underneath the character. Now, it's not physically correct to do that, but from the perspective of the home screen art, the player can't see the floor. So you have to ask yourself, am I going to try and do this physically correct, or am I going to try and do something that has the highest impact on the final piece of artwork? If you were to do an animation sequence out of this where you could see the floor, you would be restricted and you wouldn't be able to do things, you know, break the rules. But it's I don't know. It's kind of like the Matrix, where it's like first you need to know the rules before you can break them. Like you can't just remove the floor and then start going crazy unless it's going to have a really positive effect on the final outcome of the artwork. Otherwise, you're just increasing the complexity. But I think in this case, where we're trying to like really emphasize that, like I don't know what you're thinking, Dmitry, but that kind of fire lit underneath look, where almost like the light is bouncing off the battle board and back up into them underneath their chins, like when you're around a campfire at night.
Yeah.
100%.
So you can kind of like pull the light, and now the light is like fully underneath the the koala, and you get this really cool kind of shadowing under the eyes. And then I can, so this light is there just for the character. We've got some, what is this behind? Oh, is that the, what are these things being rendered? Are they is that the rig? See these
That's
little
the
like
lead, I
corks?
think.
because they're not actually in the scene. Wasn't there that, from memory, we had to do something?
Can you check the displacement map? Is it doubling up?
There's no displacement on the leaves. Let me check.
Weird.
Ah, there is displacement. Ah, V-ray displacement. That's what was taking so long. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now it goes quick. Okay, cool. Sweet. The V-ray display. I was wondering. I was like, how big is this scene? Like, it can't actually be that
Yeah,
big,
it's
can
pretty
it?
small. Yeah, it's pretty small.
Okay, so we've got a complementary light underneath the character. We've got a main light kind of catching the rim of the character. One of the things that in this like stage of the process, there's no reflections on any of these shaders. It's just a default gray material. Probably always best to turn on even just some kind of fake reflection so you can get an idea of where the specular highlight's kicking off. And then just at every step of the process, just turn on and off lights and just constantly check yourself, constantly be critical of how it's actually looking. Probably. Like, maybe it's better we just go darker on that main
On the
light.
environment.
Just
Yeah,
more
yeah,
of that.
100%, yes.
Yeah, more of that kind of like firelight, cool. Because on top of, like, remember the characters have glowing eyes and stuff. Like this scene doesn't have all the materials or textures set up yet, which we'll do later. Like, what are you working on at the moment, Dmitry? You just like getting some of the other characters?
Exporting your Python.
Yeah. Ah, cool. So you put the glowing eyes in. Now the other cool thing is in the V-Ray frame buffer, you can start turning on things like lens effects, which emulate the glows. See, like you get this kind of glow coming off. Use aperture shape, peripheral. Cool. Darken it to a darker gray. Now, this is final poses or everything. Obviously, like when you bring in the characters with final poses and lock off cameras, you start tweaking all of this stuff, but we're just trying to like block this stuff out at this stage. I'll just play with that fill light one more time before adding in the same light for the environment. And you'll notice that like I'm zoomed out from the frame buffer. I could be doing this up close, but the idea behind doing it from far away is that if you can get something looking good at a small scale, it's going to look good like fundamentally at a larger scale. I'm not trying to make details look good here, but just the overall light. Like, do I read that this is a koala? Do I read that there is shape on the rim light of the character with the fill and the main light? Is it like conflicting? You know, if I put the light from the same direction, it can kind of, I mean, it doesn't even look that bad, to be honest. You just experiment. You know, you go with your gut, add a second light. But I think the whole point of this, like the feeling that we want to convey, is that this is a very aggressive image with a very aggressive team. There are teams you can build which are very healing centric, very damage centric, very mixed, right? The idea behind this is that it's just like a very, very aggressive team with scary characters, all full out fire or close to fire, like maybe a Fisto in the background or something. You know, you got like half, like you got a composite affinity there. But ultimately, we're trying to make this image feel aggressive. And then if this image is looking good in the home screen, there's no reason why we can't do the same thing, but completely mix it up and have like a healer team. And then down the road, do a mixed team. Like the thing with PvP, and I'll just give you guys some insight after speaking to Aaron. Obviously, when there's no ranking system, if you come up against someone who's using a water-based team and you're a fire-based team, statistically you have a massive advantage and you're probably going to beat them. Even if they're a much higher ranked player than you, if you play a single game against that player, you're probably going to win with far less skill involved. But that's where the ranking system comes in, because if you are only ever using a fire-based team comp, you're going to eventually come up against people who outdo your team, and you're not going to win. You're only going to be winning those battles with water. So you've got to kind of migrate over time as you rank up to like a balanced team, and you'll find players at higher ranks have a deck that's trying to encompass the overall feeling, and it becomes down closer to that nuance. You know, you won't be able to have teams with 5 fire and stuff like that. But I feel it's appropriate, being the first PvP where players are going to be, you know, going a little bit crazy with team comps, to just use an artwork that's just like full one direction, fully aggressive and high impact.
I did send you a tap hand if you want to bring that in as well.
No way.
I'm trying to get the links.
I'm not going to set up any displacement, so you don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
Did you freeze the pose while it's screaming?
I took it from the idling. It doesn't scream.
Can you bring in the alembic for the taunt?
Yep.
Because I don't think we'll use it idling. Let the CC streaming go. This is where I'm just watching Dmitri's stream now. You can jump back and forth between our stuff. I'm gonna. Do you know if there's on HDR Haven any like stormy clouds HDRs? Skies. Let's see here. Slightly overcast, countryside sky down. How good is HDR Haven, man? What the hell? Some moonlight, starry night. That's interesting. I'm just downloading a few HDRs while Dmitri's setting some stuff up.
Yep. Okay.
Okey-dokey. All right, let's see what that does. It's the annoying thing about not being able to stream like the full screen, like can only color correction. which we will be able to do with Andrew on the call. So start rendering again. Floated in like a high dynamic range image into the environment.
Can try this one.
No, I can't. Absolutely not.
Yeah, we're gonna bring in those clouds. Remember you did for the trailer.
Shit. Oh, you sent it to me.
Mhm.
How? So quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Even darker on this bad boys.
Have you got the ranger, by the way?
Have we got the ranger?
Yeah.
Not in that crazy island pose, I don't think.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Okay, save the scene. You gotta love how no one in CC streaming is saying save it. And I haven't even gone into the chat to check if they are.
They don't give a shit. Man.
Can you add a lightning
Yo,
hitting the
you should-
vegetation?
You should save it, by the way.
Thank you. I did.
First.
Teamwork.
Why?
It's the most TSG's contributed to this project in months.
years. Come on, man.
I mean, I'll change my screen while I'm doing this. It's kind of annoying that I have to, but the things we do to keep the community up to date with what's happening. Thanks for turning off displacement too, Ro. Appreciate it. No worries.
Which one did you took? The FBX. I've sent you the FBX down the bottom.
What?
What they type in?
Oh. I bring in the max
The
file. My
screaming,
bad.
yeah, the screaming FBX.
Yeah, okay. Fuck, my bad. I was like, because I merged instead of importing, so the... Okay, got it. I mean, it would be cool if there was eyes.
But then think about the pose for the links.
Oh, it's hard for me to keep track. And like, let me watch your stream for a sec. Oh. Far out. That's pretty extreme, man.
It is. I mean, like, not. Yeah, it is too much. But I was thinking like something like this.
Sure.
No worries.
Zoom in on that, Boris. Not the greatest. so extreme. If you flipped it, go back.
Let's see what.
That's pretty cool.
Taunt?
So extreme.
Well, taunt maybe. Maybe the taunt. I don't know. What else?
Hmm.
Well,
You got the signature for these guys yet?
mm, is it in the engine? I don't know.
Maybe.
The training.
It might be
Yo,
an
no-
FBX. Yo, TSG.
I was just gonna say you were shoveling something down your mouth, man. Jesus.
Yeah, can of Pringles. That's what you get for not eating food since 8 a.m. And it's
Ah,
4
mad.
p.m.
Yeah, mad,
So-
man. Yo, fun fact. You know Pringles make for a really good fire starter?
Actually.
Yeah. That's what we used when we were in Africa. You put them under the campfire. There's so much shit in them. They just burn for ages.
It's kind of cool. Like, what do you think, Dmitry?
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that's. Zoom out like this not the full frame. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's right. I'll put some bars on that show the crop.
You can do that in the frame buffer, can you?
I don't think you can you?
I don't know.
You know what we need here? I'll see if it's on SoundCloud. This could be good. Just- Okay, I can't play the original, but maybe I can play this.
Oh shit! Is Kieran going to be streaming some art stuff as well?
Can you guys hear that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not the good one.
Okay, there's the crop. So got to bring him in a little bit more. Almost want to get shadow from one onto the other.
About show me the crop, like how it's looking. Are they too close?
Yeah. But I'm just experimenting with this versus this,
Right. Yeah. Okay.
which I think
Just looks
that's
pretty
just
cool.
a bit. Yeah, but even just the rim light, you know. But then there, you kind of just you're getting that depth off of the. So the big thing and one of the trickiest things to do with this type of stuff is how do I? It stopped playing. Yeah, the Fredboat. It doesn't
Yeah.
automatically play new stuff. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's tough.
The big thing with stuff like this is to get the most impact, you want the most depth. You want to be able to distinguish every character from the background, from the UI. You just want to make everything have its own place. And lighting is the biggest thing for that. So you want to make sure that you're not overlighting stuff. And like, for example, if I add light everywhere, you can see by adding light everywhere, you get no depth. There's no shadow anywhere on the characters. So it's like finding the fundamental best spot for where to position those lights. And I don't know, man. I feel like if you bring it around too much, it sucks. It's just better to get that kind of like there, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know, like you get that cool. There's a lot of depth in that.
What if you bring
And
like
then
swing the moonlight 180 and keep the moonlight from the rim?
which one? So the
The
main,
moonlight?
this one.
Yeah. Yeah, the blue.
Where do you want it?
From the right hand side? But
On the
yeah,
top, like this.
yeah, it's a bit too much. More
It's too
rim.
much.
Yeah, more rim lit. Somewhere like where it does start to shape the characters a little bit, but not
Yep.
Not too bright. that links for now. Yeah, we can ask Peter to generate a bunch of VFX for these guys as well.
Mm-hmm. So just by adding the eyeball in, it helps a lot.
I've sent you the links, not the final, but like the best what I could find for now.
Show me what you got. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that one though. Can you do the fire one?
Well, this.
They're all
this
the
is
same, are
fire one. Yeah, they're all the same.
they? Okay. I don't like those ears, bro.
Well, for now it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Like none of these are final, so.
But you guys can see how it starts to come together. Like, it's pretty cool. And I'm liking the direction. The weird thing is, right, and Dmitry knows this better than everyone, like, it either works or it doesn't. And if you start a project and things are looking like they're working, you're in good shape. But if you start a project and you're like, yeah, this is clearly like we're fighting an uphill battle here, it's not a guarantee that you're not going to be able to make it look good, but like your chances are slim. You can't see, but I'm bringing in the characters. Hit save. Just got to save. Let's see how this looks. I'm just going to assign like a green translucent shader to the plants, see how they're catching that light. Did you disable displacement on this?
Oh yeah.
You did?
Yep.
Why don't I believe you? Oh, I didn't disable the turbo smooth. That's what's taking so fucking long. No. Just give me a second. My food might be here. How long have we been streaming for? Over an hour. Yeah. Wow. Be right back.
What the fuck with this version? Sorry. It's taking so long.
I'm back. Okay. Turbo smooth.
Trying to get the sword thing with the male character.
Ah, right. What do you think?
They just two grouped together, I think.
Yeah,
Just
they just got to be
split
posed.
apart a little bit.
Mm. I'm going to be eating here, so sorry if it makes noises. Hey, you know what I thought would be cool? So the people in this stream, how did we get their name in the artwork? Maybe on the extended in one of the rocks to the side, like if I...
Yeah.
The depth of field is probably going to affect that massively. Any ideas on how to get, like, in the chat? Do like a cool little Easter egg?
How's the uncropped version looks like? What type of assets do we have on the sides?
Satan's on fire today. And maybe we can carve it into the tree. The names.
Well, we've got those rocks.
Post.
Remember the artwork, the glowing
Yeah,
thing
into the
in
rocks
the
here.
cancer waste. Yeah, on the rocks. Yeah.
And we can just do it high res. We can put all the names carved in. Although the issue is do we go on a lower depth of field? That's where it gets
You haven't
spicy.
tried it
Right
yet.
now, I'm on F8. What if we go 1.2? Very spicy. I think it'll still fit. It's a little bit blurred though.
Maybe we don't.
I mean,
Did you crash? Or did he left?
what just happened?
Don't know.
Did I stop streaming?
Yes, you did. And you left.
No way.
Oh.
Really? Okay. Back. Yeah. What do you think with it lower and we get that like kind of top down pose?
I'm not sure I'm following you, but what you're talking about?
Sorry, like, right now he's up, like he's not pouncing, ready to pounce, like the Thylacine was.
Hmm.
Where he's on his front paws down. Do we have anywhere that's posed like that?
No, we don't.
Damn.
I checked.
Let me just rotate.
There's nothing.
What's up? What's up?
My food, you just gave me spring rolls without my soy sauce.
Oh,
Can they hear?
they can hear, but they can't see.
Thank God. I love you.
I mean, it would help if the ears weren't so just absolutely mongoloided. You still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't scare me like that, man.
Gonna work the. No, it's not.
No, sorry, Florian. I don't mean the names of the alluvials. I mean the names of the Discord members watching this stream. You see what I'm talking about? Okay. V-Ray material. SSS. Uniform is the good SSS, yeah?
Directional.
Directional. That's right.
Yeah, I don't know how to get this rendered out.
Did I stop streaming again? I don't know what's happening.
No. It's gone.
That's just people. That's just people joining, and I gotta just talk for a second.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's kind of nice when you get the green in the background. Hey, like it helps. And then we can go into the hue and saturation. Oh, dude. Aces. Idiot.
Turn it on.
I will, don't you worry. Guess how much hard drive space I've got free on my C drive? 200 gig. Are you jealous?
Ah, that's good. That's good.
Goddamn luxurious. Wait, what? Oh, wow. It's... God, it's so funny how you get attached to it, huh? Unbelievable.
To what? Like, oh, what? Why it's so contrast?
Because of aces.
In the render settings, did you swap it as well?
Oh. Oh. God. Globals.
But it's still gonna
And
be quite contrast. It's not gonna solve
color
it.
image. Yeah. Where is it again? Fuck, it's been so long since I. Settings?
Yeah, in the settings.
Color management? Auto sRGB primaries and then rendering RGB primaries?
Yep.
Aces?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Don't necessarily have to click autos. It does work quite well.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me take a screenshot of all the people in the Discord right now. Oh, I just hit my funny bone on the desk. Ugh. Oh, that's
Jesus
so
Christ.
bullshit. That's so bullshit. Okay.
I just remembered that one desk that you had in your place.
All right, these are the people going in it. Okay, it's still pretty contrasty. The lens effects is the big culprit. Why is this SSS so terrible? And now if I go scatter volume, is that gonna... And Zilbrad's in the stream, of course, a horse. You know, Zilbrad has 1 million plus followers on YouTube, and he's going to be exclusively streaming Illuvium for the next year.
For the next year, the whole year.
That's what he told me. He said he loves the game so much that he's just going to devote his entire YouTube channel to Illuvium.
Interesting.
He said it, not me. There we go. It's just so much better. Fuck's sake.
What did you do?
Scatter volume over normal shader.
Hmm.
Take a look. I used the scatter volume for this scene, bro. I don't care how long it takes.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, take a look. So there's normal,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then there's scatter volume. What the hell? Night and day.
Did you increase the radius though, like on a normal shader?
Ha. Scale. 25 centimeter. Look, doesn't do anything. Increase the scatter radius. Just doesn't pop the same.
Yeah, that's wild.
Okay.
It does. But
Shut up. Okay. Okay.
See,
Interesting.
it's not bad, eh?
Yeah.
I've been using this shit like for a year now.
Come on, bro. Don't
But
lie
like,
to me.
yeah, in some cases it doesn't beat the schedule volume. Still, it's good, but the best.
Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, I'm happy with that. I CC stream my food. I mean,
Sounds good.
how crazy is it that like a game studio is streaming in their Discord the creation of like home screen art? Who does that?
Yeah, I think this is gonna work, man.
Oh, it's gonna work.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's gonna work. There's save. I think we just need a rim light behind the trees.
Yeah, something like, you know, remember this scene?
Hold on. So I just moved the other day, and the
How many times
construction
did you move already?
6 rent in Dubai is so beyond stupid. It's just it boggles the mind. Like forced to move as the rents just keep going up. I don't know if anyone watching this lives in Dubai, but congrats on being either broke or soon to be broke. So bring the light lister in. V-Ray light lister.
How many lights you've got there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this last one, I'm just testing. Like, see, I'm trying to. Catch the rim light on their head, on the back of their head there, like that. So then enable this one. Yeah. See that? Then we do the sky. The 5 including the sky. Add the sky. Add that fill. Let's select that and go a little bit more.
Yeah, that's cool. Highlighting the environment really feels like there is something going on behind the camera. But anything like another light coming from the right hand side.
Is it needed though when you add their textures and their self illumination? Like I'm scared, and then the main light there. See that light kind of fills it. I'm worried that's just way
this
too strong.
one's too much. Yeah, this one's
Yeah. Still too much.
Yeah. It's almost better without it.
I'm just rendering it larger because I'm going to share it in the CC streaming because you're probably not seeing it at a decent quality. So let this just render for a sec. And for Florian as well. The glare is too wild. You know, you can chat too, Florian. Is he still here?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you're not talking. Bloody hell, we're doing this for you.
No, because I'm working on Figma at the same time, so I'm
Do you want to
waiting
share it?
for you. No, because it's not for the login screen. It's I don't think we should share it for now. You know,
What are
it's
you
the
working on?
new game over screen.
Oh, well, you may as well just share it. Well, I mean, what does that reveal? That
Nothing, but it's not done yet, so I don't want to share it.
So we can share work in progress, but you can't. Interesting.
Yeah, because for you it's just images, you know. For me it's UI work. So.
My bad. I'm just prepping some sushi here. Give me a sec. Yep, there we go. Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, you can see his tail in there. Okay. I mean, look, we can... The reason why he's like that is because we would pose it in a way where the head works and then the tail goes further down. But I probably should just drop in a touch. Why can I not select that? Try this. You nearly got me a guy?
No, I can't get it. I don't know where are they. Unlike I can give you a T-pose.
Oh, dude, the amount of T-poses as I have. Can you manually pose it?
No.
Okay. I don't know if that fill light's doing much. Just go dark on it. And what happens with the red rock?
It's the geometry. I can give you the old run.
What do you mean?
The previous version, the old one.
From Arlen?
Not Alan, yeah. Not Alan, the male character, but the first one, remember?
With that pose?
Mhm.
What do you mean? Like the sword out pose?
Yeah.
How?
Well, not the exact one, but similar.
Okay.
Try this one.
See what I'm doing here on the ultra wide, like trying to put something in the foreground to, but it's not lit correctly. I gotta put a blocker here. Okay. I think we're close to wrapping the stream up, and we can get the guy in, and then I'll do a render, and then we'll wrap it up there. I'm just doing a high res render here. It's getting late for Dmitry. It's like after midnight for him. I don't want to. Focal length. Distance. Aperture 1.8.
You got the Ranger?
One sec. Just load it in now. With the sword?
Yeah.
No way. What the hell? You've actually got it.
Yes.
Wow. These days, I don't expect a lot, bro. Ooh, what's with the... Oh, the floor's selected.
It's not the best pose, but it will do for now.
Okay. Array fit. Save the scene. Oh, far out my back. No displacement on him, yeah?
No.
Thank God. I don't get it. Every third or fourth render is taking so long to initiate. Come on. I mean, it's saved. Worst case. What the hell? No, just turbo smooth or anything crazy?
No, I
Okay.
didn't do anything.
I believe you, bro. I believe you. Okay, he's not getting hit right. Interesting. So that's the culprit. See how cool is that now? That like, see how the left side is getting hit more than the center? I'll just show you what I'm doing. You see that?
Slowly. You sharing frame buffer? Is it?
What? No.
Yeah.
Okay, one sec. Well, what am I streaming here? It's just defaulting to the frame buffer. I don't know why. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, got it now.
Yeah, that blocker.
Mm-hmm.
And now if I swap to the frame buffer. The left side of the links is getting hit more than the right side because only like half of the light is coming through.
Mm.
But start rendering again. What's the time? 5 o'clock. Wow, hey. It's gonna take ages to get rolling. What the fuck?
Don't have any
I'm not sure
displacement, you know?
Scoriox. Sorry?
You don't have any
Yeah, that
displacement, you know?
No, I don't think so. No. Yeah, that light helps. Just see it catches the rim of. So V-Ray light lister. Top light comes on. They're all going to have subsurface too.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're all going to get hit by that.
Yeah, see that right-hand side subsurface light that you've added? It's pretty cool. That links
I
in
add.
volume gonna be quite big as well once the fur comes into the play.
Mm-hmm.
Koala doesn't have that much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we got to get Roger involved once he's better. I'm just going to see what this is like full res after a little bit of rendering. Send it over to Florian. And I'll just get Roger to take a look at it. I like the layout. Like, I think the layout's going to work.
That's cool. I mean, like for the for the widescreen, because I mean it's gonna be cropped out. Do you want to put the drone in the background? Just under the tree?
Or above the tree, in front of the tree. Maybe Bach.
Yeah.
Because he looks curious. With the skin, with the Emberling skin.
And the ranger with the skin.
Fuck
Gotta
it, let's
utilize
do it.
them somehow.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Why not? Why not? Not bad to go though from like zero starting point to having a kind of you just want to chip away at it. So you do a block out. All right, what's working, what's not. Do an overpaint from Roger or the concept guys, and then go from there.
No, that's great. Just
all of the background depth of field 100%, so we don't have to worry about it. Just put
there
all
is
the
not
focus.
Not many of the assets visible, yeah, like a couple of rocks and
Yeah, it's all good. Just need to do the one rock shader, and I can just duplicate that. This palm. Maybe tomorrow, if you can bring in the textures for the two plants, and that's all we need. That's all we need. The background's not the focus; it's just there to give some depth and show that it's actually Sanctum. The sky, we will paint it in. Yeah, that'll be a paint in for sure with the lightning and stuff. We'll get some VFX. I've got some packs that I could use for the flames coming off of
flames on the sword, on the Scoriox, the
that'd be
red
cool.
panda as well.
We don't have long before PvP comes out, bro. So we gotta get it. Even if Dan can just spend a week after us and just... What's the date? The 9th.
Well, okay, so Alex is back midweek.
Mhm.
Or maybe we can ask Cenas to pose them.
Yeah.
Because like once we get the poses, the groom is attached. Hopefully there won't be much work, but may need a little bit of the cleanup for the links.
Mm-hmm.
Collar should be pretty straightforward because the fur is quite short there.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
links is a bit tricky. So cool. Okay.
Let me just copy this into the chat. No point us just chilling here. I'll just let it render. I'm going to take a break. I've been non-stop since I woke up.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, like, and when you planning with Andrew?
Look, we need to get it in a state where we can actually describe how we did stuff as opposed to just clicking for render, waiting. I would probably plan it for the end of this week, to be totally honest. But potentially when we're doing rendering, like layers and stuff like that, while you're doing comp stuff, I can be showcasing what actually went into the scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'll package this scene up and send it to you. Maybe you can do a test render with the koala fur from the idol just to see how fur reacts in the lighting and with all the textures.
Okay.
Yeah, I posted it in the CC streaming chat. You guys can see it full res. It's noisy because the render takes a while to denoise, but I think it's a cool
Florian
image.
already cropped it, man.
Of course, the swords. But it's cool.
I mean, yeah,
that's really cool. Yeah.
the arm is kind of weirdly angled, and the sword got to go up a little bit more. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's worked
Can you
well with you. Right?
can you photo? You know what? Give me 1 sec, Florian. I'm gonna pose the sword. Screw it. So much construction. I've been rugged.
what they're building?
A palace?
Another Burj Khalifa.
Yeah. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling here.
Construction everywhere, is it?
Yeah.
Like they're
It's
building
just
a lot.
abandoned constructions everywhere. Ooh, vignetting on the camera. Didn't do it. Idiot. Idiot. All right, last time letting this go. Good old addiction. Hey, you know what I love about this new version of V-Ray?
Yeah. Also.
How they still, after me requesting it for 10 years, haven't added a full screen option. Like, how cool is that? You know, the most simple feedback ever. For people who don't realize watching this stream, I sat there for years working one-on-one with Chaos Group, trying to explain to them how to make artist-friendly frame buffer adjustments. And my biggest feedback the entire time was just give us full screen so we can preview stuff without a UI. It was my only thing I realistically cared about. Never did it. Like, boggles the mind.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm liking it, man. I tell you what, it's got a cool feeling, like a campfire with all the. I'm just trying to visualize it with all of the fur and poses.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so basically the way we work is because Dmitri's been working on the characters so long, he's gotten very good at nailing in the lighting and the materials for the characters, but hasn't spent a lot of time on the environment stuff. Like in that first cinematic, he was focusing on lighting the shots and I was focusing on building out the environments, like that crash sequence and stuff like that. So I'm going to focus purely on the environment. And you know what? I may do another CC stream just set dressing some stuff together. But realistically, this isn't a super complex background. So it may not be necessary. But Dmitry is going to be lighting the characters and I'll go in and set dress the background and make that detailed and, you know, put moss on the rocks and stuff.
Yeah, that moss would be
Yeah.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, we need like clumps though. We need grass clumps if you've
Some
got any
grass.
for me.
Is it possible to export the grass from Unreal?
It's just plains.
No,
We
but
need, like-
well, I'm saying the foliage when you paint in the grass in Unreal.
Yeah, but it was still just cards. I mean, maybe it is, but I don't know. To me, this is doing exactly what I was hoping it would. Looking kind of campfire-y until we go in and add all the VFX, and then we'll get that aggression out of it.
Mhm.
Like, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
I like
Yeah,
it.
pack the scene over to me. Like I'll
Yep.
get some of the texture scene.
Yep.
And I'll start working on the characters then.
Sounds good.
Amazing.
Let me copy this to the CC streaming. There's something with Florian, man. Every single time I send him an image, he sends it back with some. It's like Figma has a different color profile or something loaded. Like, I don't get it.
No, because the one I just sent in the screenshot that I made.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm uploading another one.
Yeah.
$34 megabytes. What the hell? There's some good stuff happening here, man. There's some good stuff. If you guys load this image full screen, it's cool. I like the koala.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sold on the links, but I think that's just because of the crappy pose.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we use the links, to be honest. Maybe you can just bring that Ember Lynx in its majestic pose, because I can't imagine that character, like the fire one, he just looks so majestic when he doesn't give a shit. Just like some of the characters give off that vibe of just like, I mean, you're like, what? You can't touch me anyway, so why do I care? I don't need to roar at you. I don't need to look aggressive. I mean, it's just in my appearance.
You're talking that side view, is it? The
just the same one from the NFT. Like it'd be good to get that one in there. Just literally
Okay.
bring the NFT version in, see how it looks under the lighting. If it's
All right.
working, we can maybe do some pose tweaks.
Yep, no problem.
Very cool. I don't know what you guys think, but that's a great start. That's the best way you can start an image. Yeah, it's definitely not even close to final, but it's just to get an idea of lighting, scene composition, the vibe of the scene.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah. That's cool, yeah.
Lovely.
We'll do tweaks and stuff like the login screen. Maybe, we move the sword up a little bit, but yeah.
Or maybe we move all of them a bit to the right, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gotta zoom out the touch.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Let me shrink the frame buffer. And let's go just zoom out a touch.
You saved? Did you?
Hmm?
Did you save?
You'd hope so. Saved.
Fighter stance. Which fighter stance you talking about?
The Emberlinks. My favorite, like the one from the mock-up.
No. I'm sorry. I'm just reading the chat.
Oh, right.
The Ranger fighter.
Get more underneath on the koala. No, put it down. I don't like the links.
Nah, it doesn't work. I'll try what you said.
Yeah.
But
Just have
if not, what else can we try?
the Doka.
Doka,
100% the Doka. I even think
The-
we should just go the Doka.
the stage 2.
Sure.
stage 2 or stage 3? Let me just. One sec.
Stage 3, Doka.
Mm,
You don't think he's going to be too big compared to the koala, for
well,
example?
barely.
Okay.
Maybe even a stage 1. Just for the free-to-play players.
Oh yeah.
Look, like in the chat, I posted the stage 2 and stage 3 in the idling pose.
Stage 2.
Yeah.
But we're going to pose these guys, yeah, surely. Like, I can imagine the Doka, one hand back and one forward, like running towards the camera. Anyway, I'm pausing the render. I'll save the scene for you. Archive for Dmitry.
What?
Cool.
I don't know.
Fire Grocko. Raging pose.
Grocko seems
Maybe
might
too
be a
similar
bit
to the koala.
much.
I would you either the choice there would be, do you swap out the koala or the Grocko? You know what I mean? Like if the koala wasn't working, you would swap it out with the Grocko. The cool thing is there's just endless possibilities. Like you want to show a diversity, but for this, God, it'd be so cool. Like what you guys got to realize is eventually, like give it a year or whatever, we're gonna do a heroic, like 50,000 pixel wide, absolute giga composition of every single character for a like wall size poster. God, I love the flish too, but just would kind of dumb the scene down a little bit. Flish, I would put in a mixed comp scene, right? Flish would do a really good job of mixing up a scene, as in you have like really majestic characters, dumb characters like the Flish, some that are like serious looking, like Scoriox.
Yeah,
moth?
I don't know. Doka seems to be fit pretty well in this.
I feel like the Doka is going to work. I would definitely try out the moth in the background. The only thing that's telling me maybe no is that there's a lot of that kind of vicious energy from Scoriox. One less fur character as well makes life far easier when you're under the gun. Sia could be good in the back. Maybe Sia's the go because I don't like how big Scoriox's head is. Sia could be great. We've got so many choices. Definitely Sia could be good.
Instead of Scoriox?
And yeah, I think maybe even Sia would just fit more with the, so many choices. Yes. How cool is this though, man? Like we've spent so much time building out these assets and we're so close to just so you guys are aware, the only reason why we don't have the fully textured versions of these characters in this blockout scene is because Alex, our lead animator or head animator, is away at the moment. So we can't get them exported in the format required out of Maya because neither Dmitriy or I have Maya. But like obviously throughout the week, we'll get those updated and go from there. I like having this in the front too, blocking, giving it that depth.
That's good. That's good.
I think it's
Sweet. Cool. That's cool. Okay,
Cool.
let's.
Thanks everyone for checking out the stream. We'll try and do some more of these.
We'll pop in through the week.
Yeah.
Here
Yeah.
and there.
Let's just, maybe we've even got we'll wait until the end of the week with Andrew. Maybe this Friday we'll do the
Mhm.
showcase version. Because
Yeah. Well, like,
the
look,
reason why. Yep.
we've got some preparation work to do. So, like, I may just,
Mm.
while I'm doing that, I'll just go in and do that live.
The reason why I didn't do showcase, A, the timing was terrible, and B, like a lot of the team just are so busy on PvP that they just don't really give a shit about sharing stuff. Especially people who are refining stuff. They're not really posting updates in their channels because they're just grinding. So you can trust me when I say if I'm not sharing leaks, usually, historically, that means a release is coming very soon. So, some people get de-hyped because of it, but anyone who's been around our Discord for the last 2-3 years will know this is the exact time to get hyped.
So exciting times.
There's also the could work. The Volante crouching down. See?
Mm.
The reason why I want to do a Doka is he's definitely the most iconic tier 0, and we just haven't done promo for it yet. And this is this is technically an open release. We're not limiting this download to anyone. Do we even have the Volante set up?
No, I haven't started those yet.
Okay, so yeah, there's another reason. Kind of shooting everyone down here, but
That Volanta had a failed attempt like a year ago and didn't work out, so I need to redo it.
All right, catch everyone later. Thanks for checking the
See you
stream
later.
out.
Thank you.